Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM. Welcome back to Aghalee Farm. I do hope you're doing very well and having an awesome day. So, just doing my usual morning task of mucking out the cows a bit. There's only about 14,000 litres here, just over. Just get it stuck into the BGA here. We'll learn a bit from that over the coming hours. So, money-wise, we're doing alright. As you can see, we're at £142,738. Now, overnight, as you can see, we're also, it's the second day of April. It's nice and early, 6:15 in the morning. Money-wise, from yesterday, from when I went to sleep, we have earned £41,508 overnight. So that's absolutely brilliant. Very happy with that. Let's turn that off there. Yeah, so we're doing all right earnings-wise. It's the silage that we got into the biogas plant has been earning nicely for us. We've still got quite a bit in there at the minute. We've got about 300, I want to say 300,000 litres. Let's have a quick check. Remind myself of that. And the mini BGA, yep, 333,920 and ticking down relatively quickly. And we've got just under 60,000 in there as well, and a bit of slurry. We don't have any slurry in this one, so I've deactivated that for the minute just to watch on the earnings, and obviously a very small amount of manure that I've just put in there. So earnings wise, hopefully over the next couple of in-game days, I'm hoping that we are going to that total will obviously it will increase, hopefully earning give or take a bit, roughly about 40 grand an evening, and a day, sorry, a night, whatever. So that's good. So what I'd like to do, I'm going to try my best to spend it wisely, as it were, for now anyway. So we've earned 40 grand overnight. What I'd like to do, I'm going to pay down a little bit of the loan that we've got. I think we've got about 65 grand left on the loan. Again, let's just have a quick check. Yeah, 64,842. So what I'm going to do, we're going to pay down 20 grand of that, just because it's the right thing to do, really. So £20,000, make special repayment. Yes, right. So that's that. There we go. And what I'm also going to do is I've done a little bit of work in Giants Editor off camera just before I started recording this episode, and it's to do with the top field up here, field 53. I've increased the size of that, so we'll take a wander up there. But work-wise, what we're going to crack on with first of all today is obviously we're going to be cracking on with a bit more grass work, because that's what we do over here in Ireland pretty much. We do still have we've got 2 fields of wheat over there, as you can remember from several episodes ago. We've got a couple of big fields over there with some wheat, and we also have a field of canola over there. So that's going to be ready to go in the next couple of months. So that's good. But what we're going to do, this field here, the north field as I call it, and the big custom field that wraps itself around the back of the farm there, we're going to get this one mowed up, and we're going to run the tedder through it, turn it over, and bale it up for hay, because my primary focus for today's episode is to try and increase the stockpile of bales that we have in our shed over there for the total mixed ration. We've got a handful of hay bales. We've got plenty of silage that's fermenting away, and we also have the other bunker of silage over there that's about 32% fermented. But yeah, we've got some hay bales, but we've not got enough. So I'd like to build up that stockpile, and we're going to do that with this entire field. We'll turn it over and get as many hay bales out of it as we can. But what we also have over here, field 53, obviously this was one of our grass fields, so we're going to get this one mowed up as well. But what I've done is I have very quickly done a very little simple delete in Giants Editor, and I've removed the border hedge and one tree that was roughly, you can tell from where the ground texture changes. Yeah, it was just here. There was one tree and a row of hedges that divided these two up. So I've removed that, and we're going to purchase this plot of land, because it's about 40 odd grand as well. So we'll do that right away now. Let's jump into our farmland menu. There we go. Field 43. Sorry, field 40. Oh, that's plot 44. Forgive me. Yeah, field 53. So £43,205. So this will increase the area of this land by just under 3 acres. So that's there we go. That's now ours. There we are. Excellent stuff. So obviously we do have the precision farming data and all that to gather up at some point. In fact, I'll do that now actually. That's while we're doing it. So let's click on that. No, precision farming please. Let's click on that one. Purchase soil information. £2,887. Yeah, I'm happy to do that on this one. There we go. It's cheaper than buying the scanner, isn't it, I suppose. So yeah, there we go. Right, so that has now increased this field size. And now this field wasn't too small, I appreciate that, but like I like to do, having a bit of a think before an episode and see where we're going to go. I just saw that opportunity with the bank balance at what it was and figured, yeah, we can increase that, and now it gives me this, it just stretches out this field to being a little bit bigger, a bit nicer to work with in my personal opinion. And obviously I'll do my usual, as we've done with previous fields. We'll get the whole thing mown. I'll create a temporary custom field border around the edge and run course play, and then we can get this whole lot mowed up, sorry. And yeah, and then I can cultivate this little strip in the middle, drill it with some grass, and then I think hopefully this will behave the same way that it did back on my Court Farms. But I did a similar thing where I removed some hedges, I drilled fresh grass in the strip that was empty, and then rolled over the rest of the field, and it was at the same growth stage. So I'm hoping I might be able to do that now with this one as well. But yeah, this field we're going to primarily bale up as grass bales. That's the idea, I think, with this one, because the sheep do require the grass bales. Now they don't go through things quite as quickly. They don't go through the grass quite as quickly, do they? So, but it would be a good idea for me just to get as many grass bales out of there as possible. And then I know the reassurance that I've got a good stash to fall back on for a while. So, that's the idea. It's a lovely day. The weather has given good for most of the day ahead of us, especially for, well, the first part of the day anyway. The sunshine is given throughout most of the afternoon, so it's we've got a good day's work ahead of us, that's for sure. Now obviously we have these big fields here that are ready to be drilled with a fresh crop of grass. This one here and the big one over the hedge there as well. So we've got that to come. We'll probably not get around to doing that in today's episode, but either way, that's what's coming. Now the sheep have been busy as well, producing their wool. Now we're in April, and if I remember correctly, if I go into the time-saving stock check mod, yes, May is the optimum time to be selling that wool. According to the mod here, we've got just under £10,000 worth of wool. So hopefully by the time we get to May, we'll have a little bit more produced in here. So that might bring the earnings to north of £10,000, which would be brilliant. So yeah, doing very well over here. But as I say, I know they are increasing in number. As you can see, we've got lots of lambs in the enclosure here, but they still don't go through too much grass. So we'll just go and have a quick check. We've got some grass. What have we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 bales of grass. So, and there we go. We've got 12 bales of hay. So that our total of hay does need increasing, because we go through that a lot quicker than we do the grass. But yeah, well, maybe thinking about it on my feet, I might, when it comes to that top field, we'll maybe, oh, I don't know, what should we do? We can maybe, in fact, what I think we'll do is we'll mow it. We don't need to run the windrower in there, do we? Because our new mower that we purchased in the last episode, the Sam has equipment that we run with the new JCB, that self-rows up, doesn't it? So I can create the swaths. I can bale up some and get some of the grass, some of it baled up into grass, and then the rest of it I might pick up with the pickup wagon and pop into the bunker here. In fact, yes, I think that's what I will do, because over here we have just under 100,000 litres of chaff fermenting away. It's not fermenting, sorry. Obviously I've just left it in here because I didn't want to cover this up, because I felt like we could get more in before covering it up. So yeah, actually, forgive me, thinking on my feet here. Yeah, that top field, we'll get some grass bales out of it and increase the total that we've got in the shed by a few, and then the rest of it we'll pick up with the pickup wagon, stuff it in here, increase the quantities that we've got in here, and get it fermenting away. So that's yeah, so that's, I think, the little game plan that we've got ahead of us now. So first and foremost, I think what we will do, we will start work in the big field here. Obviously, if I'm going to be running the JCB with the mower, what I might do is get all the mowing done in one go. With this one, obviously, I can deactivate the swathing function of the mower and just turn it to wide spreading, because obviously we're going to run the tedder in here to turn it over as hay, and then we'll run up into the top field there, get that whole thing mowed under, but activate the swathing function of the big mower here, and like I say, get a few grass bales picked out of there, and pick the rest up with the pickup wagon and stuff it in the bunker. So that's what we shall start with today. So jumping back into our lovely, relatively shiny new JCB, which I'm very happy with. I must admit, it feels a lot nicer now. It feels a lot more right having just a handful of tractors on the farm instead of tons of the things. There we go. PTO. Yeah, just having, I think we've got 4 vehicles now. We've got this one, we've got the little Vulture, we've got the big Combine, and we've got the Merlot. And that's all we really need, because it's not a particularly big farm now, is it? Let's be fair. There was no point in having however many I had. What did I have? Five or 6 tractors and machinery. So, there we go. Nice one. So, first and foremost, now I learnt this last time. I got, you can, if you see from the top left there, it's a selected work mode, swath dropping. And if I control and Y, it doesn't do anything, but it's because you need to unfold the thing before you can change its work mode. So now, if I go to control Y, there we go. Left swath, right swath, wide spreading. That's what we want today, for this field anyway. So, as per usual, I shall pop this whole job into a bit of a cinematic for you all. I can't drive past that, can I? Schoolboy error, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, I'll pop this whole job into a bit of a cinematic. I think I'm just going to focus on this field for now, actually. We'll get the mower run in this field and see where we go after that. So, we'll get this job done. I shall pick you up in a wee while's time when it's all cut. Right, nice one. One down, one to go. Now, I did actually just slow the speed of this vehicle down during that, at the very beginning of that cinematic, because it's a fast track. It does actually run quite fast anyway, and the speed of this mower, I think, is about 14 miles an hour that it can run at. But it did actually, the first video clip I made of that cinematic, it looked pretty daft because it was bouncing around all over the place, and it just looked like it was travelling way too fast. So anyway, yeah, so I slowed it down a bit just to make it look a bit more presentable, I suppose. Right, so we've enabled the swath dropping function back on this one again now. We're going to get this field mode. I'm going to get this one done off camera. I have very quickly just jumped in the Vulture and ran it round the boundary of this field just to create a very quick custom course there. As you can see, just labeled CP1. It's a bit rough and ready around the edges. I appreciate that, but for now it'll do. So I'll get this one done off camera, get this field mode and road up, and I'll pick you up in a wee while's time. When we're ready to, we think we will jump into the Vulture, we'll hitch up the tedder and get that big field tedded over and get it turned over for hay, eh? Right, all done. Only a few minutes work, to be fair. About 14 or 15 minutes I think it said it took, so all rode up, ready to be picked up. Now what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to run the baler around the 2 headlands that we did on this temporary courseplay field. Yeah, I'll bale up the headlands as grass bales, get them sent over to the shed, and then run the up and down rows with the pickup wagon and get them added into that silage bunker that's got just under 100,000 litres in, and get it added to that. So hopefully, I'm not too sure of the numbers obviously we'll get from it, but it'll bring them up to a better number, to be fair. So we'll get all that in there and get that covered over and start getting that fermented away as soon as possible. But for now, I think we will jump into the Vulture. We'll get it hooked up to the tedder and get working in the big north field again, because that's the biggest job we've got ahead of us. I don't think the baling of that grass field that we've just been in is going to take too long. And neither will the picking up, to be fair. I'll get all that done myself. Hey up, I just crashed into that wall. Not very good. I'll just pop that there for now. There we go. I do love this JCB. It's an absolute beast. It really is. So, and then when we've got all that out of the field, when we've got the bales, we've got everything picked up out of that grass field, we will run the cultivator in that strip in the middle and get it turned into a field, and potentially just quickly run the seed drill. And see if we can get the growth matched up after running the seed drill, and then the field roller as well, the meadow roller. So may as well just access this field from down here. The joys of all the custom bit of work I've been doing with Giants Editor. I can access this field from any point I want now, can't I? Right. So let's get this thing unfolded. There we go. And much like before, I shall pop this job into a bit of a cinematic for you all now as well. And get cracking. So, let's drop that down. Spin her up. Why are you not turning on? Turn on tedder. Something's not right here, is it? Ah, PTO. That'd help, wouldn't it? Missed that one. There we go. That's what we wanted. Right. Now we're actually working. I'll see you all very soon. Right, there we go. All tedded up. Not a bad job done, if I don't say so myself. We're not making bad time either. I know we did start early this morning, but 8:20 in the morning. And we've done a bit of work in 2 fields. We've got both fields mowed, 1 field tedded, and ready to be rowed up. Obviously, we do have to run the windrower in the hay field there, in the grass field that we just turned to hay. Brakes are a bit shoddy on this one and all, aren't they? Or whether I was just a bit too lead-footed, probably. That's more than likely the reason for that. Bumping into the wall again. There we go. Cables, PTO. Let's disconnect that. So it does make sense. I know we have to run the baler, obviously, but it makes sense to run the rower first in the field here. We'll get that done, and then when we picked up the baler, we can bale up the hay, and then go bale up the headlands of that grass field. So get this picked up carefully, try not to crash into it. There we go, connect up, PTO cables, nicely done. Right, so let's get this hay rowed up. Let's get these headlands picked up for the sheep. We'll bale up the hay. We'll get these picked up. Same with the hay bales. And finally, picking up this loose grass. And adding that into what we already have in here. So, let's get that one unloaded. Now, we haven't got a full load here. We've only got just, I think it's about 11,000 litres we have in this thing now. But if we have a look at the totals, once it's finished... I need to pull that forward a couple of feet, mightn't I? That should do us there. There we are. Nice one. So, 198,206 litres. We had 90, what do we have in here? 99,650. So, give or take a bit, we've got 100,000 litres of loose grass off of those up and down rows of that field. So that's pretty good. That'll do for me. Nice one. So we need to compact that down. Obviously, I might leave... No, hang on a minute. I suppose it's worthwhile me getting this covered over, and I'll get that done ASAP, possibly off camera. Get it compacted down. It's only 2% at the minute, so it'll take me a while. Although I suppose it won't with my modded silo compactor there. That'll take moments, won't it? Forgot about that one. But let's go and have a check over at the bale shed, because that is now looking considerably more well blessed than it was earlier. We have now got over here what we got from the fields. We got 26 grass bales and 57 hay bales. So we did pretty good off of all of that. So over here now we have, what have we got here? 41 grass bales, 143,500 litres. And in the hay section here, we've got 69 hay bales, 310,500 litres. So we're well stocked up. I did do a bit of shimmying around. I shifted everything over a couple of feet just to give myself a bit of space to stack everything. But yeah, we've got a good stack now. A good stash of the stuff. And those of you might have noticed this loose pile of silage here. This is what I placed down here when we emptied the bunkers in the last episode. I kind of figured I'd just keep a lump of it aside just to see me through until these bales have fermented away. And where are these at actually now? 35%, so not too much longer to wait for those, but that's all good. That's just, as I say, can't exactly remember exactly how much we've got there, but it's enough for a couple of feed mixes. That's what's important. So it's been a productive day today, a productive morning. All that work has taken us just past lunchtime, as you can see there. But we do have some rain on the way according to the forecast now, which is a bit of a shame. But either way, it's been a good one. We paid off a bit of our debt. We've got some more land. Obviously, we've increased the size of a field. We've got a load more bales, grass and hay stashed away in our shed there for the sheep and for our total mixed ration for our cows. And we've got a bit more loose grass over in the bunker there as well, so that's all good. So, relatively productive. Now, next episode, we need to... I'm not exactly sure which order these things are going to happen, but obviously we've got these 2 big empty fields here that we need to get drilled with a bit more grass, and we've got the 2 empty grass fields there that need to be rolled with a meadow roller and promote the next growth for the grass, and I need to obviously stitch those 2 grass fields together up at the top there. So, plenty to crack on with, and obviously we've got the afternoon to deal with, and that'll be in the next episode, as I say. But for now, for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to call it here. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. I really do hope you've enjoyed the episode and found it a little bit of fun, a little bit interesting. As always, if you're new to my channel and you like my content, you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and jumping on board, joining the channel. Please give the video a like if you can. It does do wonders, helps the channel out a ton. It helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing. And as always, there are a host of links in the video description below with my Giants Partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for purchasing a DLC, an add-on, a season pass, or even the full game itself, or even pre-ordering Farming Simulator 25, and you like the idea of helping a content creator out at the same time and supporting their channel, as always, I would be hugely appreciative. So thanks again for your time, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.